Good morning, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning. Happy Monday. We'll get started in about a minute, so grab your yoga mat, be in something comfy. Feel free to bring your morning coffee or smoothie with you as well. Today's practice, we're just gonna mostly focus on our kind of lower half of our body, on our legs. Sometimes I feel like I wake up on Mondays and I don't want to get out of bed. And so I feel like just a good all-around stretch is a good way to start the morning. So let's get started soon. All right, well, we'll start like we always do in a comfortable seat. So come on down to the ground, find a good comfy seat of your choice, cross-legged, on your knees, whatever feels most comfortable this morning. And then I invite you to soften your gaze or close your eyes. Sit up as tall as you can this morning, reaching the top of your head, the crown of your head, up towards the sky. Maybe relaxing the shoulders a little bit more. And then just noticing your breath. And then on your next inhale, we will begin doing our Sufi grind, rotating chest forward on the inhale, rounding through the spine on the exhale. Starting in any direction you'd like. Just waking up the spine. All right, and then we'll go the other direction now on your next inhale. And then slowly we'll come back to center. Inhale, reach the arms up, big morning stretch. Exhale, take it to one side, side body, stretching. Breathing here. And then come through center. We'll take it to the other side. Inhale, big stretch. Exhale, other side, side body stretch. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, we'll take the arms up, and then we'll take opposite hand to opposite knee, and we'll take a gentle twist, looking past our back shoulder. Awesome. Exhale, release, take it to the other side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, opposite hand, opposite knee. Gently look past your back shoulder. Awesome. And we'll come to tabletop position. So move mindfully and slowly, no rush to get there this morning. Stacking our hips over our knees, hands underneath shoulders. And then when you're ready, inhale, we'll drop your belly, arching the low back, opening the chest forward. Exhale, tuck the belly button in, tuck the chin, rounding through the back. Inhale, drop the belly, cow pose. Exhale, rounding through the back, rounding through the pelvis, cat pose. I'll let you take a couple by yourself, following your own breath. Just waking up the low back. One more here. Awesome. We'll go back to neutral spine. So on your next inhale, you're going to lift your left knee up to the side, keeping that bend there, kind of like like a dog going to the bathroom. But we're going to rotate it back, and then we'll rotate it forward, creating a big circle with our knee. Inhale, up, back, down, forward. Just waking up the hip joint. Moving with our breath. One more here. Inhale, up, back, down, and forward. And put that back on the ground. We'll take it to the other side. If you need a minute to flex your wrists, you can come up on your knees and just shake it out before we take it to the other side. All right. On your next inhale, we'll lift the left leg out to the side, and then we'll begin to rotate it towards the back, down, up, back, down. One more here. Awesome. Release that to the ground. Great job. And then we'll walk the hands forward just a tad. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Take a minute here to stretch through the backs of the legs, maybe bending one knee, then the other. Maybe rotating the hips just a little bit, pressing away from the earth. Awesome. On your next inhale, look between your hands and walk to the top of your mat. We'll start with our feet hip width apart in forward fold. Letting the weight of our head and our bodies kind of stretch the back of our legs. And then slowly on the next inhale, we'll rise up. Mountain pose. Awesome. Inhale, reach the arms up. And then exhale, fold all the way. Bend generously in your knees to stretch through the low back, the back of the quads. Maybe your hands come to touch the earth, maybe not. Breathe here. And then inhale, we'll lift up to halfway lift. Lengthening through the back. And then exhale all the way back down. Inhale up all the way. Mountain pose. Maybe your hands come to heart center here. This is a good time if you want to set a little intention for your practice. Maybe there's a word or something you'd like to accomplish today. Set that now. Also a good time for a little morning coffee or smoothie sip. Keep going. All right. Inhale, reach our arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening through your back body. Exhale, release. Inhale all the way up. And exhale back to either prayer position or mountain pose. So we're going to keep our feet hip width apart on this next breath. We'll shift our weight to one side, bringing one knee up, keeping it at that right angle, and then we'll cross the ankle over the opposite knee, not on top of the knee, just above it and on the thigh. And then on your next exhale, we'll kind of sit back like you're sitting into a chair with that knee across that top thigh. And then arms can go up or on your hips, whichever is easiest. Stretching through that back in a figure four. Hip opening in the hip. It can be helpful in this moment to find a focal point to look at the ground in front of you, or in yoga we call it a drishti, just something to stare at that is not moving, to help center yourself, help keep your balance. Breathing here. You're doing great. One more breath. Awesome. Exhale, you can bring your hands to your hips or whatever. Begin to straighten that bent leg and then come back to mountain pose. If you need a moment here, it might be good to shake out the legs. And then we'll come back to mountain pose, hip width apart. Then we'll take it to the other side. So shift your weight to the other leg and then begin to lift that knee, keeping that right angle. And then when you're ready, we'll cross that ankle just above the opposite knee. And then we'll begin to sit back like you're sitting in a chair. Option here for your arms to go up or on your hips, whichever makes you feel the most stable in our figure four. Opening through the hip, drawing that knee closer to the earth. Pressing away from our mat with our grounded foot. Couple more breaths here. Awesome. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips, begin to straighten through your holding leg, and then come back. Shaking it out through the legs. Waking up the hips, waking up the leg muscles. Awesome. And then on our next inhale, we're gonna take a flow. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, straight back. Exhale, plant the palms and then step it back to plank or to all fours. And then we'll lower all the way to our belly. Inhale, we'll press up just very lightly, baby cobra, pressing into that pelvis bone. You don't want to be really pushing in your hands, just using your pelvis, looking straight down, lengthening through the neck. Exhale, back down to the ground. Inhale, press up to plank or all fours, and then downward facing dog. Take a cycle of breath here to reset. And then inhale, right leg up high. Exhale, knee to nose, stepping that leg all the way through, lowering the back knee for a low lunge. So you're welcome to stay here if you're feeling a nice stretch in the front of your hip. If you want a little bit more, inhale, you can sweep the arms up, you can put them overhead, maybe a power pose over your hips or on your hips. Breathing here. We'll check in with that front knee, making sure it's over our front ankle. Breathing here. And then on your next exhale, we'll frame the front foot with our hands, and then we'll slowly walk our hands back, straightening that front leg, pointing our right toes up to the sky. And then inhale, we'll lengthen, reaching the crown of the head forward. Exhale, we'll bow closer with our head to our knee, reaching, stretching through that back. Reconnecting with our breath. Awesome. Exhale, we'll roll through to our low lunge. And then inhale, we'll step it back to plank pose or all fours. And then we can do the same thing. Exhale, lower into our belly. This time, you can press up to a little bit higher of a cobra if you'd like. This time, using your hands, pressing away from the earth, maybe looking side to side, stretching through the neck. And then exhale, back to the ground. Inhale, up to plank or all fours. Exhale, downward facing dog. Awesome. On your next inhale, lift your left leg up high. And then exhale, framing, bring that knee to nose, framing your front foot between your hands, lowering that back knee for a low lunge. Again, check in with your body here. If you're feeling a nice stretch in your front hip or in your right hip, that is a good place to stay. But if you'd like a little bit more, you can sweep the arms up and overhead. We're again on our waist for a power pose. Same thing on this side, check in with your front knee, making sure it's over the front ankle. Pressing away from the earth, but still feeling that length through our front of our thigh right there. Breathing. One more breath here. Awesome. Exhale. Frame the front foot, and then on the next inhale, we'll walk our hands back, straightening that left foot, toes up to the sky, stretching through that front leg. Inhale, we'll lengthen the crown forward, and then exhale, we'll bow our head to our knee for a deeper stretch in the back of our calves, the back of our hamstrings. One more breath here. Awesome. Release. We'll roll through that front ankle, framing the front foot, stepping it back to plank or all fours, then lowering all the way down to the ground, pressing up to cobra, and then coming back up to all fours or plank pose. And then we'll take a child's pose here. So bringing our knees as wide as the yoga mat, sinking our hips back on the exhale to come rest on our feet, and then reaching those hands forward, creating space in the upper body. Forehead can come to rest on the mat. Awesome. We'll press up to all fours, and then you'll swing your knees to one side, coming to sit on your bum, legs out in front. We'll reach our toes up to the sky. sitting up as nice and tall as we can. Don't worry if this pose is very difficult for you. It's very difficult for me. Not a comfortable pose. We're engaging our legs, engaging our back body. Breathe. Awesome. On the next inhale, reach your arms up. And then imagine like you're holding a big beach ball. And then on the exhale, you're placing the beach ball over on the other side of your feet. Reaching, your hands can come to rest on your shins, your ankles, your feet, wherever they come. Stretching through the backs of our legs, the lower back. Breathing deep into our belly. Two more breaths here. Awesome. And then we'll walk our hands up the length of our knee or our legs, all the way back up to our seated pose. So next we're going to come kind of into like a wide-legged fold, but on the ground. So we'll spread your legs out to the sides, opening up the groin, opening up in the hips. And then we'll start on one side. We'll reach that hand towards the ankle. Maybe hand coming to rest on shin or ankle of the same leg. And then we will inhale, reach our arms up, our other arm up and over for a side body stretch, reaching for that opposite foot. I roll our heart up to the sky on our inhale, and then exhale, reach over. Awesome. And then on your exhale, we'll kind of bring the hands to the mat and we'll just walk them over to the other side. So this time, other hand on the same side, leg, shin, ankle, whatever you can reach. And then inhale, we'll reach the opposite hand up, over, bending, reaching for that leg. Stretching through the side body, stretching through the groin, reaching for those toes. And then exhale, bring the hands back to the earth, walking them back up to your seated position. Awesome. We're gonna walk legs back out, straight in front of us. We'll slowly come to the ground, however you want to get there. Slowly coming to rest. Now today, to close, you can either extend your legs out long for Shavasana, or you can bring your knees to touch and your feet as wide as the yoga mat. This sometimes can be a really restorative pose, especially after working on our legs all day or walking around a lot. It relieves tension in the low back. And before we close, you can take any position that feels comfortable for you, if you feel like you need, before we settle into Shavasana. So maybe hug the knees into the chest. Maybe you take a happy baby. Maybe you're just like, thank goodness I made it. And you can just stay in your resting pose. And then if you're not there already, everyone else will meet in our final resting pose. So legs out long or knees collapsing into touch with legs as wide as the yoga mat, feet as wide as the yoga mat. Hands can come to rest on our belly or our heart or just out to the side. So we come into this final rest before we start our day. Enjoy. All right. Wherever you're at, when you rest, begin to wake up. The extremities of your body, maybe within your toes, maybe your fingers, slowly invite movement into your arms, your legs, moving inward towards the center of our body. Then roll onto your left side, pressing up mindfully, returning to that place that we started this journey in the beginning, comfortable seat. With one big inhale through the mouth, exhale, sigh it out loud. We did it. Thank you so much for taking time today, this morning, to care for your body, to wake up your body. I hope this is a great way to start your week, and I hope you have a wonderful work week and rest of your day. The light in me bows and honors the light in you. Namaste. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Thank you. Have a great rest of your day. Have a good Monday. Bye. Happy Monday.